every one of you hold information that you cannot find out here through study, through learning, through research, every single one of us. Mm-hmm. And you can't get to that information without making room for new information that the light here will generate within you. That's what awakening and remembering your innate is about. And so my point in using them was to show the difference of the polarity of laziness, of why so many loop, if you will, and why it is so necessary to take back control of your consciousness, because that's what we have gotten lack at. Your mind generates everything, and until you take back the power of your mind and guard your consciousness, you know, why do you need to go study something of the past when that's going to take your time, your energy, your focus off of the present moment now, to where you can actually build something that this wants you to do going forward? And that's what I mean by self-generating versus auto-generating, if you will. The whole point is to take yourself back to listening and trusting only this. And that is sensory. That is energy. And the human lives by sight. The human sits there and will sit there and say, oh, I can read your energy. You're dark, you're this, you're that. Not understanding that it's not like that. It's sensory. And until you break through those veils of auto-generation of information, people get lost in information, and they keep taking information in versus releasing it. And that's what you want to do. You want to unlearn everything that you've learned. You want to let go of everything that you have put into your head that is no longer serving you. How much of learning about your simultaneous / past lives really serves you going forward? It's just information that feeds the mind, the curiosity. And how much people, Linda, can you tell me about my dreams? Can you help me understand them? Why do you need to understand anything when this is going to bring you clarity, bring you deeper revelation, bring you a deeper truth, if you just allow it to unfold, if you will? But the whole focus, whether it's somebody that's not on an awakening journey or somebody who is on an awakening journey, if you will, it's the same side of the same pendulum swing. You go from study and research to this, to study and research, to take in, to learn everything you can about what is truth and what is untruth, which is still going to keep you in a pendulum swing, because the whole inverted matrix enslavement consciousness is about an either or. Something has to be right, something has to be wrong. And that's where we get enslaved. And as long as there's an either or, you are keeping yourself in a division, in a separation. And yes, it's okay to choose an either or, but you do not want to choose that either or, one, from an unstable, emotionally mental frame of mind, and two, from a place of ignorance. And that ignorance is you're not seeing the bigger picture because you're in tunnel vision. It's about your perception rather than macro. And so self-generating is that is what the higher broadband frequency the planet moved into is all about. You anchor light into the grid instead of pulling light and energy from the grid, what you guys have done for millions of years in this civilization, in this universal creation, if you will. And so it's for you to continue to release the hurt and the pain that dictates the mental imagery that you experience in your outer world, and the importance and the necessity of really learning to observe yourself, to hear yourself, to see yourself, and to see how you make your opinion important. And it's really, really opinion and assumption. Everything about us is built on assumption. Let's just take it to your government and your court, if you will. The Supreme Court passes down ruling, and it is an opinion. Mm-hmm. You go to trial, and the majority is based on circumstantial. Nothing in the inverted matrix or the world we have lived in has been about actuality, if you will. And so as we move into, go through this magnetic reversal, and we move into, as the world move into a more unified collective wholeness, if you will, it's based on an actuality of all information versus circumstantial and only partial information. And so the more you can recognize, and it's going to keep come up more and more and more as we move into December, you're going to see the automation, the sheeple herd mentality, the sameness, the pendulum swing come up as the artificial intelligence that each and all in this civilization has lived from keeps coming to the surface world to be exposed by the light. And again, why it is so necessary to hear your words. And so in that, it is for each and every one not to sit there and try to remember or study and gain all this information and go out there and research, oh, what does this mean? Oh, what does that mean? Oh, what's this? And it's to let go of the need to have that outside source of be your information. Well, I find it interesting, Linda. Well, I'm curious about that. Well, curiosity killed the cat and you're on your last life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the curiosity that you have to surrender in order to learn to trust this innate knowing. And this innate knowing isn't about, well, Elvira, you're wrong. Well, Vicky, you're dark because you're not dressed in white. Oh, Vincent, you're wearing an orange shirt, so you can't get into the kingdom of God. Those are all opinions and assumptions, none of it based on any kind of innate within. What is the difference between reading an article that you find interesting that serves no purpose for you going forward? It just generates understanding of the past.
It's a distraction.
Exactly, a distraction from what?
From feeling your own innate.
From the
sensory.
now, from the present moment.